if you want to get a very special prize for someone who has a firearm of that vintage, make it like 1 round of ammunition because the ammo.
I don't know if I can afford that. We found out years ago that my nephew Sam the gunman, is really good at gun trivia. So if you email us some gun trivia and we use it on the air, we'll give you a hat or a shirt, whatever you choose. And if you end up stumping my nephew, then we're going to give you a really special prize. The first time he ever hears the question is when we read it to him live on the air, so he's not able to cheat or prepare. He has no idea the question we are going to ask him today. So who wants to ask him the question?
I'll do it.
Go for it.
All right, Sam. Hey there.
Hi.
All right. So your question today comes from Kirk and Ramona, and here's your question. A Mauser C78 Zig-Zag 11mm revolver has a unique design for the loading of the cylinder. What is it?
That was Carl in Ramona, you said?
Kirk.
Kirk and Ramona. Eventually I'll get the names right. Kirk and Ramona, the Mauser C78 Zig-Zag has an unusual system for loading and unloading, was it?
Loading the cylinder.
Loading the cylinder. Okay. Now, let me give a little bit of background first. I'm not sure I have the answer, but I want to talk about the gun.
Go for it.
Zig-Zag revolvers and, well, I guess someone can pull up an image who's listening to this because we're not allowed to show firearms on the show, and I don't have one at hand. The Zig-Zag revolvers, like the Mauser Zig-Zag, have a zigzag-shaped track on the side of the cylinder, and that is for the hand that moves the cylinder. So you don't see that now because on like Smith & Wesson, Colt, Ruger, Taurus, modern revolvers, they have a little bit of a different mechanical system to move and index the cylinder. But if you have sort of limited technology, that's an easy way to make a primitive revolver rotation and indexing system. So it's like really it's like the cam track inside of like an AR-15 bolt carrier. It's that, but inside out on the outside of the cylinder. I think they're really neat, just because you can see just by looking at the gun exactly how it works. Unusual system for loading the cylinder.
So it's a unique design. Actually, what they say is there's a unique design for loading the cylinder. So what is unique about the Mauser C78 Zig-Zag as far as
unique design for loading the cylinder? I don't know that much about that particular gun, other than that I don't know really anything other than the zigzag aspect to it. So if it's unique, it can't be that you have to remove the entire cylinder and replace it, because there were other revolvers like that. A lot of the muzzle loading revolvers, you could just take out the cylinder and put in a new one. I think the Colts, you could do that. So this is tough. Unique system for loading the cylinder. I'm overthinking it. I know I'm overthinking it.
Maybe a little bit. So if you load the cylinder, how does it work on a Zig-Zag?
Well, a Zig-Zag revolver conceptually works just like a normal revolver, but the zigzag pattern is for the hand to rotate the cylinder. So loading the cylinder, that shouldn't have a bearing on how the cylinder is loaded. It would have to be something unique to that gun. Ooh, this is tough. This is really tough. I'm gonna say that no, that doesn't make sense either.
All right,
I'm trying to work through it in my head.
We have a video. You got like 2 more seconds, and then we're going to show the video. What do you think?
I don't know. He got me.
Okay, I think he stumped me. Kirk from Ramona, you stumped. By the way, a Mauser C78 Zig-Zag 11mm revolver, fairly rare. So, Alicia, as you read the answer, let's play the video.
This is a Mauser Zig-Zag.
Yeah.
Okay, so
never mind, the video's got sound.
All right, here we go.
That, brake action. How interesting.
There you go. So it's got a top brake mechanism.
It's a bottom brake. It's not like really early Smith & Wessons or like the Webley, where it's a top brake, like a like a shotgun. It's a bottom break. That's weird. I've never seen that before, which he did say it's unique. So
It is,
Wow, we
right?
taught
yeah,
you
that's good.
something.
All right,
I
show the
absolutely
video. Show
was
the video one more
overthinking it.
time. Let's take a look at it one more time so people fully understand this top break design, which was actually for 1878 revolvers was a relatively advanced design. So normally, you know, they kind of split open. You know, revolvers kind of split open, and then you load the cylinder. And now look compared to what the C78 does. We're going to hit play, and we're going to watch the video. All right, that was a unique design.
This is a
Great
Mauser
video.
Zig-Zag. Yeah, so open it like this, that, break action. How interesting.
So rather than hinged in front of the trigger, it is hinged. Is that behind the hammer? Is that or in front of the hammer? Is that accurate?
Yeah, in front of the hammer. It's basically upside down instead of a like you expect a top break revolver. That's a bottom break. That's pretty neat. I've never seen a firearm like that.
Well, great. Well, Kirk in Ramona, you get a special. You get a special. I don't know what our special rewards are these days. What are our special
If you
rewards?
want
Do you
to,
know?
if you want to get a very special prize for someone who has a firearm of that vintage, make it like one round of ammunition because the ammo.
I don't know if I can afford that.
Yeah,
Well, Kirk, you're also the owner of SoCal Gunbroker in Ramona. So everybody, if you want to see some unique firearms and you want to get some great customer service, and go to Ramona and check out SoCal Gunbroker, because that's where Kirk is. And I'm not sure if he still even has that. I think he's already sold it, but he showed that to me, and I took that video and I said, all right, this is going to be a great Stump my nephew for Sam, and it was good. It was educational and fun, and something you'd heard of a little bit of, but so we could get some good background information, but we also learned something. So awesome job, Sam.
well, he got me good. That was a fun question.
Yeah. Do you have anything? What do you have coming up as far as Leatherneck or blogs or anything?
I've got more blog posts coming up about influential firearms you've never heard of. The first one was sort of a gimme. It was like people have heard of that one. It talks about the Steyr M series. So it's kind of difficult to refer to them collectively because the letter denotes the size and the number denotes the caliber. But it's what I wanted to do. Let me back up a little bit. Everyone knows about how like the AR-15 influenced a lot of designs that came after it in terms of how the receiver is constructed and the like the layout of the firearm and the trigger group and things like that. It didn't originate some of those things, but it was influential in its use of aluminum alloy and polymers. Or everyone knows about like how a lot of pistols use the same action and same locking system as a 1911, but there are a lot of guns out there, historic firearms that do something really innovative mechanically that influenced a lot of later designs, but people don't realize where that design element came from. So like the multi-lug rotating bolt we expect in ARs and in a lot of AR-15, AR-10, and AR-18 derived firearms where you have 6, 7, or 8 bolt lugs. That didn't come from Eugene Stoner. That came from Melvin Johnson. That actually predates the AR-10 by quite a bit. But the first one was about the Steyr M, which you can actually buy right now if you don't live in California because it isn't on the roster. But right now on the pistol market, sort of one of the hot trends seems to be modularity. So like if you buy a P365 for concealed carry, you can get a larger frame for it and you can get a longer slide for it. And the serialized component, the component that's legally the firearm, is just that fire control unit. That's all unitized. So you can make it like a mid-size pistol, or you can make it a subcompact or whatever. You can change out the frame, unlike on say a Glock or a 1911 or a Sig P220 or whatever. But and people know of that being strongly associated with the P320. That was one of the first really popular pistols to have a unitized fire control unit, so that the grip frames are modular. It wasn't the first to do that, though. The first pistol, as far as I'm aware, to have a fully unitized fire control group designed so that you can interchange the frames without having to buy a new serialized component was the Steyr M9. The fact that it's called the M9 is a coincidence with the U.S. military pistol. It's M stands for mid-size or medium in this case. But in 1999, 2000, around that time frame, Steyr came out with a polymer framed striker fired pistol with a unitized fire control assembly, so that you could conceivably change the grip size, change the actual size of the frame, and it didn't really sell well. Not a lot of militaries and police forces adopted it. In fact, I'm not aware of any military that uses that as their standard service pistol. Some police departments around the world do, but
it just didn't take off. There just wasn't quite the need for it at the time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It came out right after the Gen 3 Glocks, and it's also a well-made Austrian Wonder 9. So people who wanted people who had the money for a decent high-capacity polymer-framed 9mm pistol would just buy a Glock, and people who didn't would buy like a PT-111 or something, or one of the Rugers. I don't know if the SR was out yet, but
so that
I think
it's coming out. That article's coming out this week.
That's
next
already
week?
out. Yeah,
it's
that
already
blog
out.
post is already out. It's just, I don't know. It's SIG very obviously copied that design element and then took it and ran with it and made it really successful. So I think it's a shame that people don't realize that that's where it came from.
Well, to find out more about it, go to stcgo.org/blog and read Sam's blog. Check it out for yourself. Awesome job, man. Hey, thanks for watching Gun Owners Radio. I hope you loved that clip. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and follow us on social media, and check out our website at gunownersradio.com.